Hi guys, you're welcome to another episode on Senator Kelesi and you. If you're new to my channel, please just hit the subscribe button and also like, share and comment on my videos. That will be very important for me. So I am here to address 5 critical errors that any student, any international student hoping to come to Germany in 2026 should avoid. And I know planning to come to Germany is a very exciting adventure, but also the country's high standards for bureaucracy and precision mean that any little error you make can have serious consequences on your application, on your visa application, or even in your admission application. So I am here to address 5 of them, and I bet you the 5th one you don't want to miss, because this is very important, as trivial as it may sound. So avoid underestimating German timelines. Most students always wait to have the admission letters before they initiate housing search. In Germany, deadlines are always very strict. So you should work in such a way that you try to meet up with all the deadlines that you have. Make an appointment with the embassy as early as possible and avoid peak seasons, because during peak seasons a lot of people are applying and they have to grapple with a lot. So make sure that you avoid this time and aim to have your documents 4 to 6 months before time, such that it will give you enough time to prepare. Because if you miss any of these timelines, there is a possibility that you also miss getting your visa, and that is not a good thing for anybody. So work within timelines and you are going to get everything rolling out as planned. Another error that you should avoid as an international student hoping to come to Germany is to avoid financial miscalculation. Avoid financial miscalculation, especially when it concerns the blocked account. At the moment, the blocked account stands at 11,904 euros for any international student coming to Germany. And also avoid using unverified providers. Depositing money with the wrong provider can also lead to serious consequences. At this time, there are some verified providers that you should know that you can use for your blocked account. That is, for example, Fintiba, Expatrio, and also Deutsche Bank. Use these ones and you are not going to have problems. When you are also depositing money into your blocked account, allow some buffer amount, maybe 100 euros to 200 euros, such that when charges are being removed and every other thing, at least the amount will still come back to the right sum that is needed for your blocked account. Otherwise, if you make an error here with the amount that is in your blocked account and it is less, there is a possibility that the embassy will reject your visa. So work on the exact figures or even something a little higher, such that you are sure that everything is in place. Another error that students planning to come to Germany should avoid is to ignore verification of their documents. Most German universities, in fact all of them, require that your documents should be certified. And for students who are coming from China, India, Vietnam, they have to do what is called APS verification, which requires that your documents should be certified by the embassy or by a notary officer. And so if you ignore this and send the documents without them being verified by any of these two, you are going to risk not getting your admission. And so the advice here is that you should make sure that you verify your documents and go through the process correctly. For students coming, for example, Cameroon, which I know better, you need to go like to the senior divisional officer to verify your documents, to sign them. So they need to sign them and put a stamp on it that they have certified the documents, and then you can now submit them. This is a very crucial thing for every international student that is hoping that a school, an institution in Germany is going to accept their application. Don't ignore this. And of course, you are still with Senator Kelesi and you. And if you're new to my channel, hit the subscribe button, like, share, and comment on my videos, and always make me know that you are here and watching. Another error that any international student coming to Germany should avoid is ignoring the importance of German language. Ignoring the importance of German language. Even if your program is taught in English, I would advise that it is important that you know a bit of German. Why is this so critical? If you go to the supermarket, you're going to meet people who are speaking in German. If you want to create a bank account, this is a process that will be done in German. Even when you go for Anmeldung, it will be done in German. So you are required to have some basic language skills, even if your program is taught in English. Now, also coming to the fact that you want to get a part-time job as you're studying, you also need language. So at least basic German is important, because if you have to sell in a small cafe, all you need is the basic German that you can exchange with a customer. So don't ignore the language requirement, even if your program is taught in English. And now the last point, which I said you don't want to miss. As trivial as it sounds, it is very important. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about the Anmeldung and the housing trap. The truth is, at the moment, there is a housing crisis in Germany. And so it is possible that you are not able to get an apartment or accommodation before you leave your home country to come here. And what most people do is they are able to book an Airbnb, which they can stay in, that is a temporal accommodation, or they book a hotel to live in for some time while looking for their residence or looking for accommodation. Now, as important as these are and as good as they are to have, you should also be sure that you can register the address. Why is registration of address very important? That is Anmeldung in Germany. It is because you need the Anmeldung certificate to be able to get your tax ID. You need the Anmeldung certificate to be able to create a bank account. So if you are getting a temporal accommodation, say Airbnb or a hotel, you can always ask the landlord, ist eine Anmeldung möglich? If you don't do this, you're going to get stranded here because you will not be able to do anything without having your address registered. Thank you very much for following today's episode on Senator Kelesi and you, and keep subscribing. We want to serve you the best and offer you information that before you get to Germany or while you're already in Germany, you understand processes around here. And always trust us, because that is why we are here.